Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to Tungal online classes. Myself Ravi, biology faculty. In the last session, we has been discussed regarding level of organization, symmetry, coelom. So these characters we has been discussed in the last class. So in this session, lecture number 2.2, we are going to discuss regarding coelom, notochord, and fertilization types as well as development and some more fundamental characters of animal kingdom we are going to discuss. Let's start the lesson. Coelom is one small gap or space between body wall to gut wall, So such a space is called as what? Coelom. So such character is help in classification of animals. Based on coelom, the animals are again divided into four types. One is coelomate, pseudocoelomate, and acoelomates. First one is coelomates. First one is coelomate. It is also called as eucoelomates. It means true body cavity is present. True body cavity, nothing but coelom is present. And generally, this coelom is located at a mesoderm of location. Clear? And the coelom is covered by two layers of mesoderma. The coelom is lined by two mesoderm layers. Two mesoderm layers. Clear? Next, such are one is outer layer is peritial and inner one is visceral layers. Clear? So that is called as what? That is actually coelomate character. And which organisms are containing coelom? Such are called as coelomates. Such are called as what? Coelomates. Clear? Example of coelomates are Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermis, as well as chordates. So these are example for coelomates. Clear? Now we have idea regarding coelomates or not? Coelom means it is a one small body cavity or space which is present between body wall to gut wall. And in this case, in the coelomate, the coelom is covered by two mesodermis layer. Outer one is peritial mesoderm layer, inner one is a visceral layer. Clear? Examples are Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermis, as well as chordates. Next, second one is pseudocoelomates. So in this case, what here? True coelom is absent and coelom is not lined by mesoderm layer. Coelom is not lined by mesoderm layer. It is not lined by mesoderm layer. Such is called as what? pseudocoelomate. But in this case, we can notice small pouch-like structures. Small pouch-like structures we can notice at a mesoderm region. So such is called as what? Pseudocoelomates. Example is Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes. So this is example for pseudocoelomates. And the last one is acoelomates. Here the definition is there already here. Acoelom means what? Coelom is absent, body cavity is absent. Coelom is absent. It means there is no gap between body wall to gut wall. Gut wall means what generally? What is gut wall? Gut wall, G-U-T, gut wall. Actually, it is nothing but alimentary canal. Alimentary canal. Alimentary canal in simple word, what is that one is? Digestive system. Digestive tubes, alimentary canals. Clear? In acoelomates, coelom is absent. Example is Platyhelminthes, example is Platyhelminthes. So this is regarding coelomates, pseudocoelomates as well as acoelomates. Let's see the diagram, very simple diagram. The first one is coelomates. True coelom is present. So here the first layer, this is layer. I am not going to draw the complete diagram, so just I am going to give the guidance. So this is outer layer, and here one more layer is present. Here. So generally this layer is what? It is ectoderma. Ectoderma layer. And inner side mesoderma layer is present. But here instead of present of mesoderma cells, here gap is present. Here what? Gap is present. So this is empty space. Generally it is mesoderma, but here this gap is covered by, here this is one layer and this is one layer. Two mesodermal layers are covered the gap. So this is actually coelom, and this is outer mesoderma, this one is inner mesoderma. Inner mesoderma. Clear? And in this side here, and these cells are what? These cells are ectoderma is finished. In the place of mesoderma, coelom is present, and last layer is endoderma. Clear? And here again inner side, so this is alimentary canal, nothing but tube. Alimentary canal, this is tube, digestion system, tubes, this one is gut wall, nothing but alimentary canals. Clear? So this is regarding what? Here the first one is coelomate diagram, very simple diagram. Next, pseudocoelomate, same diagram here. First one is ectodermis, and here second layer, this one is mesodermal layer. But in this case what happened, like small pouch like structures we can notice. So this small pouch like structure, so this region we can call as pseudocoelom. Pseudocoelom. And again inner side endodermis layer, and here body cavity. Clear? This one is what? Endodermis layer. And in this case in mesodermis layer what happened? Small pouch like structures are being noticed, such as pseudocoelom, and inner side these cells are what? Endodermis cells, and this one is what? Elementary canal. Regarding second one, pseudocoelom, this one is pseudocoelom. Third one is what? Acoelomate. Coelom is completely absent. Then we have to draw three layers. The first one is ectodermal layer, and the next one is endodermal layer, and third one is ectoderma, mesoderma, endodermal layer, and here this one is body cavity. This one is body cavity. Clear? Here you can see coelom is absent, ectodermal layer, mesoderma as well as endoderma. So this is elementary canal. So this odd surface we can consider as body wall. So here coelom is absent. So this is acoelomate diagram. Acoelomate. Very simple diagrams are given. Clear? Next, regarding next fundamental character regarding notochords. Next one is notochord. What is meant by notochord? Generally, notochord which is derived from mesodermal layer. Derived from mesodermal layer. Mesodermal layer. The notochord which is formed at the embryonic stage or embryo development. During the development of embryo, notochord is formed. At the beginning or embryonic stage, it is look like as a rod shaped as well as flexible in nature. Flexible in nature. When this embryo become as adult, this rod shaped flexible nature of notochord become as spinal cord. Spinal cord, nothing but vertebral column. Vertebral column is formed. Clear? Notochord also very important character which is also helpful in classification of animals. Let's see, in the present of the animals are broadly classified into two categories. First one is non-chordates. It means spinal cord or vertebrates is absent or notochord is absent throughout the life cycle of living organism. In this case, chordates. Chordates. So here notochord is present at the beginning stage. Later it is become as vertebral column or nothing but spinal cord is going to form. So this is also one of the main character which is useful for classification of animals, notochord. And the third one is development as well as fertilization. So first I am going to discuss regarding fertilization. fertilization. What is meant by fertilization? Simple, the fusion of male and female gamete is called as a fertilization. Here the fusion of male and a female gamete is called as fertilization, and it is also called as syngamy. It is also called as what? Syngamy. And fertilization we can divide into two types. The first one is external fertilization and one is internal fertilization. Simple, the definition is there already in this word, external fertilization. In this case what happen? The individual or the animal, it is released egg cells as well as sperm cells, nothing but gamete cells are released into the outer atmosphere. Most probably, so these gametes are released into the water. In water, fertilization takes place. So such fertilization is called as what? External fertilization. Clear? Here gametes are released into the water. In water, fertilization takes place. Clear? That is external fertilization. Example of amphibians or fishes, we can write. Internal fertilization. So here male gamete is reached to the female. The female is not going to release the egg cells to outer side. The fertilization, it means the fusion of male gamete to female is occurred within the female. So such is internal fertilization. So here fertilization takes place in female or nothing but in mother. Clear? Coordinates, we can write the best examples. So this is a fertilization type. Clear? Fertilization is two types. First one is external fertilization, second one is internal fertilization. After the fertilization, some of the animals lays the eggs, and some of the animals, they directly give the birth to young individuals. So based on this character, animals are again divided into further types. Let's see, first one is viviparous. Next one is oviparous. Viviparous, viviparous. So these are the three types. The first one is viviparous. So in this case what happened, after the fertilization, the complete growth of the embryo is occurred within the mother only. It is directly give the birth to young individuals. Clear? What is viviparous? Here the complete development takes place within the mother only, within the womb. Clear? So such is called as what? Viviparous type of animals. They directly give the birth to young individuals. Next, oviparous. In this case what happened? After the fertilization, some of external fertilization animals, they can show the oviparous. Character. So in this case what happened? Here the male lays the eggs. Here they lays the eggs. Then after egg is going to hatch and it become as one individual. That is called as what? Oviparous. Birds are the best example. Next third one is oviviviparous. Oviviparous. So in this case what happens? Generally the egg is containing highly yolk egg cell. It is containing more amount of proteinaceous material. Yolk, yolk is present. Clear? And this egg is do not obtain nourishment from mother. So this egg is going to stay within the reproductive tract. These egg cells are going to stay in a reproductive tract, and these egg cells do not obtain any nourishment from the mother. So that's why they are called as what? Oviviviparous. Oviviparous. So here the example is shark. Example is shark. Clear? First we discuss regarding external fertilization, next internal fertilization, and based on giving birth to young individuals as well as some are may lay eggs. Based on that, one is viviparous, one is oviparous, and the shark it can show the oviviparous nature. Clear? After the fertilization, what happened? Development. Now the fertilization takes place. Now which is formed? Zygote is formed. Zygote is diploid in nature. The zygote at the beginning it is undergoes cleavage divisions. It is undergoes the cleavage divisions to form group of cells. Group of cells are going to form. Clear? So this group of cells again undergoes mitosis division, and again to form like as first like form morula, blastula, gastrula, like they are going to form. And during the development, we can notice the larva stages, and in some animals during the embryo development, we are not going to observe the larva stage. Based on that, embryo development is two types. The first one is direct development, second one is indirect development. Simple. In this stage what happens generally in direct development here, there is no formation of larva stage. It means immature embryo. So that is called generally larva stage. Such is not going to form in direct development. So after giving of birth, so the baby, the child, it is exactly look like as adult. Such is called as what? Direct development. Next one is indirect development. Here after somewhat development, we can notice a larva stage. Immature embryo, this one is immature embryo. So this larva stage, it is not identical to adult. Not identical to adult. Now this larva stage, it is undergoes metamorphosis. metamorphosis. It is morphologically going to change and become as one adult. After metamorphosis, the larva, after the metamorphosis, now the animal is look like as mother or look like as adult animal. Just now we has been discussed entire characters like fundamental characters of animal kingdom we has been discussed, and let's see how these fundamental characters are going to be useful in classification of animals or animal kingdom. Let's see here, this is animal kingdom. In NCERT one chart is given. In the chart they consider level of organization is a one character, symmetry also one character, and coelom. These are the three major characters they considered for classification of animal kingdom. Let's see animal kingdom, and you know very well level of organization is mainly two types. First one is cellular level of organization, and next one is tissue or organ system level of organization. The first character is cellular level of organization. So based on this character we can directly, without considering coelom as well as symmetry character, here the first one is porifera. Because which animal body is loosely connective tissue is there, so such animals were definitely they are going to belong to porifera phylum. Clear? Next one is tissue or organ system level of organization. So here this is metazoa. First one is what? Protozoa. Second one is metazoa. Protozoa for unicellular, metazoa for multicellular. Most of the animals they are showing the tissues, organs or organ level of organization. So further, one character is not enough to classification of animal, but in this case it is enough. Clear? But in this case again they have to consider symmetry character. They consider symmetry character. Symmetry major is two types. First one is a radial symmetry, and second one is bilateral symmetry. So now the organisms are this multicellular, a radial symmetry. If the animal is showing multicellular body as well as a radial symmetry, we are going to give the position is Coelenterata. Next one is Ctenophora. Clear? So now what character of cylinderates as well as coelomates? Cylinderates as well as coelomates, cylinderates as well as Ctenophora members are multicellular radial symmetry. Clear? Next one is bilateral symmetry. So some organisms show the multicellular level of organization. Next, bilateral symmetry. Most of the organisms are showing these two characters. So further, they are again considered coelom character. And you know very well coeloms are. If coelom is absent, such as A coelomate, false coelom is also present, such as pseudocoelomate. And if true coelom is present, that is called as coelomates. that is coelomates. Now the character is what? Character is multicellular, bilateral symmetry and acoelomates. If these three characters are there, such is belong to platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes. Clear? Next, multicellular, bilateral symmetry, pseudocoelomate is present. So such are belong to, or such we can give the position in Ascihelminthes. Ascihelminthes. Clear? Next, multicellular, bilateral symmetry and true coelom is present. So these are Annelida, Arthropoda, mollusca, hemichordates, chordates. So one more is missed. That one is echinodermata. Echinodermata. Clear? So this is actually kingdom of animal kingdom classification based on fundamental characters. Not only these three characters, they are also considered like a diploblastic character, triploblastic character, notochord characters, development characters. So these entire characters are helpful to classification of animals. Clear? So this chart is given in NCERT. Please follow the NCERT first. Later we have to read excess information. Clear? Classification of animal kingdom. Animal kingdom classification. At the beginning, they classified the animals based on cellular level. The first one is unicellular organisms. Second one is multicellular organisms. Unicellular organism like these are protozoa. Multicellular organisms are considered as metazoa. Unicellular organisms are included in a protozoa and multicellular organisms are included in a metazoa. Clear? And later one more classification is there here based on notochord. Based on notochord. If notochord is present as well as absent, non-notochords and notochord, nothing but chordates. What are non-notochords animals in which a spinal cord or vertebral column is absent? What they are? These all are first protozoa, porifera, next protozoa, porifera, Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Ascihelminthes, Platyhelminthes, Platyhelminthes, and next one is Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, next one is Hemichordata, hemichordates, like this are protozoa, like here Echinodermata. Clear? These all are, in this case what happened, notochord is absent. Notochord is absent. What they are? Protozoa, Porifera, Cylinderata, Ctenophora, Aschelminthes, Platyhelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, as well as Hemichordates. Clear? Now we are going to discuss regarding first one. This one is Protozoa. We are going to discuss Protozoa. So these protozoans we has been discussed in a three kingdom classification. Protista. In that protista we has been discussed. Clear? Generally, till now the protozoans are included in protista. Why? Because these protozoans are unicellular, uninucleated, and a eukaryotic cell. And you know very well, if the animal is showing unicellular as well as eukaryotic nature, that should be belong to what? Third kingdom classification, that is Protista kingdom. But the scientists are recognized that these protozoans, proto means first or primitive. Zoa means animals. The scientist says that protozoans are, these are first or primitive animals. The animals are gradually evolved, or evolution is start from only protozoa. So that's why they consider this a primary or primitive animals. Characters are what? Protozoans are generally aquatic in nature. Some are survive in marine as well as freshwater. Next, nutrition is heterotrophic nutrition, and some are act as parasites. Which are cause the disease to animals. Clear? Next, reproduction is asexual reproduction as well as sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction by budding, sexual reproduction by producing of gametes. Clear? So this is some general characters regarding protozoa. Protozoas are this phylum. Protozoa is a phylum. The phylum is again divided into further classes based on locomotory organs.